Hey guys, it's Phantom here, and welcome back to a brand new video, everyone. So in today's video, I am going to be answering just one of the most widely asked questions that I personally get during my live streams, which is, what is my personal favorite school in Wizard101? And, personally, I would think it would be pretty obvious if you actually just go back to really 99% of the videos that I have posted on this channel and really just pay attention to the character that I usually play as in the videos. Of course, there are also some utility aspects pertaining to this character whenever I do use him in a video, but really, pretty much my short answer to the question is my favorite school is Fire. My favorite school is Fire. My favorite wizard is my Fire wizard, my most favorite wizard on my account, and it has been that way, ever since I first started playing the game, and I really don't ever see that changing. Literally ever. Now, there are a couple reasons for this, reasons that kind of justify, the deep love that I have for the Fire School, why I love it so much right now, why I have always loved it throughout the course of the game, why that love, is still as strong as ever, and really, I'm just going to go ahead and start off with this. Pretty much, the Fire School is the first school that I ever chose. The first wizard that I ever made was this guy right here, and of course, he is part of the Fire School. So, Fire is always going to hold a special place in my heart, really purely for that reason. I mean, it's literally the first school that I ever chose. Like, this was the choice that I made, and honestly, it ultimately affected my life, I would say, for the better, just deciding to play this game. And I guess Dustin Shadowflame right here is just kind of a token, a kind of a token to how much fun I have just had during this game, and how I can attest to having a really good time, because he simply exists. This is the first character that I ever made him to max level, so obviously something went right, down the line and everything, and I was, of course, enjoying myself, and he's still standing, man. He's still standing. I'm still playing the game, and I just have so many memories associated with this particular wizard, because, for a really long time when I had first started playing the game, I didn't have any other wizards. Like, of course, there was a time when it was just me and this fella right here, and he was all I played on, because I wasn't really interested in playing the other schools, because I guess I hadn't fully explored this one. So I have a lot of memories just as a kid questing throughout the game as a fire wizard, because that was simply my first choice, and I'm always going to have a bias towards, the school for that reason. Since it was the first school that I ever chose, obviously I was very young, and of course, when you're a kid, I feel like we can all agree that we're just generally happier people, during those stages of our life, and as it worked out, I was playing on my Fire Wizard during that, which kind of contributes to the way that, I look at my past playing this game kind of through rose-colored glasses. I'm sure you guys have heard me, say this saying before, but it's true. It really is true. I look at the past with a certain fondness in mind, and one of the main things I remember just while playing this game is this guy right here. I remember this guy and all of the happy memories that I shared with him. For me, when I look at this character, I see the very best that Wizard101 has to offer. What Dustin represents for me, I mean, I have a bunch of Dustins, but I guess what Dustin Shadowflame represents for me is really just all of the experiences, amalgamating into my love for this game. And then, of course, the character goes hand in hand with the school that was chosen for him, which is, of course, Fire, and altogether, it just represents a time in my life where I was honestly just always happy. I mean, I had a really good childhood as it is, but this game really just made it all the better, and really solidified that particular era as just a really happy time, in my head, especially when I look back on it. It's really powerful stuff. Of course, there is also the fact that the Fire School is one of the best schools in the game, one of the strongest schools in the game right now, just with the, crazy damage that they do get, the stats on all of their gear. It's kind of insane. It's honestly kind of insane what KingsIsle does with Fire nowadays, but, as me, a person who mains the Fire School a ton, It's really, really awesome. I always love, and I guess I'm kind of just talking about more on the gameplay side of things for the School of Fire now, but it is really, really awesome, you know, how quick you can kill your enemies as a fire. Fire overall has like really, really balanced stats, except for its damage, which just absolutely skyrockets above most of the other schools, and I really, really like the playstyle that it offers. But I mean, just looking back at the past of Wizard101, Fire has not honestly always been the best school. For most of the game's lifespan, actually, it's been pretty middle of the road in terms of schools, because only like recently, only up until a few years ago, you know, they started giving Fire a ton of damage on all of their gear. But, you know, before that, before all of those changes were made and, you know, KingsIsle's stance on Fire kind of shifted, it wasn't very good. It honestly was not a very good school. I mean, it was at the end of the day just okay, because there was nothing really outwardly special about it, at least concerning PvE. But back then, I mean, it really didn't diminish any sort of love that I did have for the school. At the end of the day, man, like, it is the first school that I ever chose, so I am always going to love it for that. But, I mean, I guess I could say I love it even more now just because of how strong that it has become. And I mean, I know that not everyone really agrees with all of KingsIsle's decisions, you know, concerning buffing Fire, you know, and making it as strong as it is. But yeah, like I said, for me personally, just someone who's played the game a long time and has just seen the evolution of the school and has paid pretty close attention to it, I mean, I'm really glad that it is getting, you know, more attention from KI, and I honestly really hope that that doesn't change, or else, you know, Fire could be pushed back to where it once was, you know, a few years ago, and I really didn't think that that was a very, very good spot for the school. I thought it was kind of underpowered and sort of balanced, but honestly, you know, having nothing outwardly special about it just could kind of make it a little bit of a drag to play sometimes. I think you guys probably know what I'm talking about if you have been playing Fire for quite a bit. So I think that the changes that were made to the school were very, very refreshing, and overall just kind of, you know, enhance the experience of playing as a Fire Wizard. It's just one of the reasons why anyone tries to, you know, ask me what school should they actually start out with, you know, if they are looking to start playing the game, and my response is always either like Fire or Death. I mean, those are the two like main ones. I guess sometimes I throw in Myth in there as well, because Myth is a pretty balanced, you know, decently strong school. But Fire is always there. It's usually Fire and Death that I do recommend for newer players, just because the experience is so amazing, you know. And of course, Death, you know, has healbacks and everything, and they are decently powerful. But Fire is just really, really strong. Like, you can just output so much damage super, super quickly. You know, you don't really have to worry about defense too much, because the defense that you do get from gear is enough to actually get by, and Fire has a decent amount of health as well. You know, actually probably more than people think. You know, it still has quite a bit of health more than Storm, which is super cool, so it definitely edges out in front of Storm in that right. And it's just a really good time, man. It's just overall a really, really good time playing the Fire School. You know, I get excited every time someone tells me that they are going to choose Fire for their first school, because I know that the experience is just absolutely awesome. You pretty much get to just completely decimate your enemies before they even knew what hit them, for the most part. I guess that's pretty true with Storm as well. You know, both very, very offensive schools there, but it's just an awesome school, man. It's just an awesome school. I got a lot of memories with it. First school that I ever chose. Nothing can really beat it in my mind, and I don't really think anything will. But anyways, that is pretty much going to be it for the video, everyone. I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, you can always leave a like on the video or subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 12k subs, and if we could honestly hit that sometime soon, that would be absolutely crazy. But I just want to extend a thank you to, you know, every viewer who is watching this for their support. It really does mean the world, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, and peace out, guys.